What's going on, guys? What's cracking? I'm still getting over my sickness, so I apologize if I still sound nasally and snuffly. But today is a big day for the fact that I don't know how many people have said this to me, Ryan, you need to do this, Ryan, you're wasting too much time, blah, blah, blah. Today is E85 day. So finally going to be switching over to a GM E85 sensor. Luckily for me, my harness has always been wired for this, was a plug everything. So literally I put this in, put it in the fuel system here, plug it in, and I'm done. All the fuel lines, everything are already set up. Now, the biggest thing that's gonna hold me back here is I only have 1000cc injectors, and they're not like the newer version. Like ID's the only one right now that makes a stainless steel injector. Now, what you need to do to keep your injectors from getting clogged and stuff is a multitude of things. One, from injectors getting clogged, you wanna run 93 through it every once in a while. You don't want your 85 to ever sit for a long time, that tends to congeal. And you need to run this, a stainless steel filter. I have a Fuel Lab filter underneath the car, which I'll show you here shortly, and it has a fiberglass filament in it right now. So we're gonna take that out, put the stainless steel one in it. This is a 40 micron. Some guys use 10 microns. I talked to Jose Valia and he recommends 40. He said nothing smaller than that just because they tend to get clogged, and this will capture everything that it should, that goes before the injectors and keep it from clogging. So I'm gonna trust his word. He has been doing this for 20 some years. So I'm gonna trust him, I think 20 years, maybe less, maybe 15 still, a lot longer than I have. So I'm gonna trust his word on that. We're gonna mark this up and I'm gonna show you guys where I'm gonna put it. All right, guys, so I went ahead and marked the line down there. You can see the two little silver marks there on the black line. But what I think I'm gonna do actually is just cut one single cut. I'm not gonna cut a section out. Although you should, because you have this area here. I actually want to gain a little bit of line since I'm reusing this. I want to push this up a little bit further so this sits a little better inside that little mount there. It'll give me a little bit more room down below also. I don't think it'll hurt anything, and it's not going to rub against anything either. So I think I'm just going to make one simple cut and then plug this in. I'm not using any special AN lines or anything like that either. If you actually see my return line, I'm using a factory one, so it has a hose clamp at the bottom. Like, there's nothing fancy for this. Actually, the original setup, I actually went out and bought this AN fitting for this. This originally had a push fitting on it. You reuse your factory line, and I didn't want to do that. So I went ahead and I went ahead and had this AN fitting bought. It's -6, and then I bought some E85 compliant line, and the rest of the lines are steel lines. So those don't matter. They're factory steel lines. It doesn't matter if they're 85 or whatever. The steel line doesn't give a shit. It's the rubber hose lines you have to worry about, which I will have to go back to the tank and check those, because the one inside the tank is, but the ones just coming outside of it, I don't believe are, and I will have to replace a couple of those. So went ahead and removed the line here, and down there I'm using the factory return. You guys can't really see it, just a little bit of the tip right there. So went ahead and removed the line there, and I've got it over here in my AN hose clamps. And what I'm gonna do now is, so originally I was gonna cut here, and there's another one here. This is the center mark part. I'm gonna tape this off first, and then I'm gonna cut this line, and then, which some people do here is, for this, again, usually use AN fittings. I'm just gonna slip this in this. So this is a temporary fix, because eventually I'm gonna mount this actually underneath the body and hard mount it so it doesn't move at all. This is a temporary thing till I replace all the fuel lines, because eventually I'm gonna go from, instead of -6 feed lines, I'm gonna go to -8 or -10, keep a -6 return, but I'm gonna upgrade everything just to do it all. Even though those are 85 lines, I just wanna go bigger, more power, doing exactly what I said I would never freaking do, and I'm now doing it. So let's go ahead and cut this line here and insert that in. All right, guys, so this is my ghetto fabulous version of doing it for right now. Again, this is my return line that goes back down to then a factory fitting that, again, I just squeeze this over. This is my ghetto version of right now. I shouldn't even say ghetto, because if I actually have this on a GM car, they don't have fancy AN fittings. It's just rubber hose. They're E85 compatible, obviously, on a, say, a Tahoe or a truck or anything that's GM anymore, Ford, whoever. A lot of companies tend to use GM sensors because it's most common, but they're just slip-on fittings just like this. So is it wrong? No, it's not really wrong. It's just, this works and it should be fine. When I do my lines, though, again, though, I will be doing pretty not 85, but AN fittings and stuff and making it look proper, but that's when I redo everything, do it once and do it right. I just don't want to keep spending money to spend money. This is a temporary fix. This is 50 bucks. The fitting, or not the sensor itself doesn't go bad. I'll be able to reuse this again. I'll use 85 compatible lines with it and be good to go. What I'm going to do now, though, is fish it down inside of there, squeeze that back on, tighten that up, and we should be good. All right, guys, so now I'm digging through my toolbox, which I need to organize this one. There's, we need clippers. We're gonna get down underneath. Where the hell's my light at, too? Need that some bitch. God, redneck in me's coming out again. Oh, get down here in the creeper, and time again, I'm gonna say I need a fucking lift. So next up, what we're gonna do is here, you see right there, see that little plug right here? right there, that is my 85 plug. It is dirty as hell from being back here when the R154 was leaking, so probably have to remove it here and clean it. I got it clipped up and out of the way right now. And I got it clipped there too, but I just got to plug it in. Oop, getting caught in the old mid pipe there. I got to clip it in up here. I just need to plug it in right there, and we'll be good. I'll be able to read it in the sensor, so even though the car doesn't run right now, I'll be able to see it and turn it on at least. So we'll be able to see if we get actually read signal from it, which is pretty freaking cool. I'm excited for this, guys, and excited to finally have E85 capability. All right, guys, we're back down underneath here again. I got to take off this Fuel Lab filter here. I got to cut off those zip ties that's holding it up. That's how ghetto rig that is, and it's been like that for years. Undo the two fittings and take this out and take the fiberglass filter out and put that stainless steel one in. There's probably going to be some fuel, so I put a pan underneath of it. I'm not sure how much fuel is going to come out, but well, we're about to find out. This is probably going to suck. All right, so now I've got the filter out here. Left the one bottom piece on. Taking out the outlet here, and you can already see the blue ring starting to come. I loosened it up. It was really tight. I apparently had muscled this thing on at one time, and yeah, I had it way too tight. Like way too tight. So should be able, might be able to do it by hand. Yeah. Oh boy. I think I have a factory one. Holy shit, this thing was dirty. I think I've got another fiberglass one brand new downstairs. Let me go see if I can find it. I can give you guys like a representation of what the difference was. Okay, so I lied. I don't have another one that I can find at least right now. And you can see how dirty this is. It's really, really dirty. Now, again, this is a fiberglass. Like you can see how I can bend this. This is steel. I can't do that with this. This is a stainless steel filter because we're running E85. Now, being honest, these fiberglass ones actually are much tighter tolerances. They catch a lot more than what a stainless steel one does. So if you're not going to run E85, highly recommend these just because, one, they're cheap. Number two is they catch a lot more. So the more you can keep out of your fuel system, the better. Just more ideal. All assembled now, ready to go back in. These Fuel Lab filters are so freaking nice. I know this is pretty common. Seems like everyone uses these Fuel Lab filters. I know Injector Dynamics makes a nice one now, but it's huge and it's not it's inline, but it's like, I personally don't like it. I know ID gets all the credit for everything here lately, but I think like these Fuel Labs are perfectly fine. I'm not sure, I know everyone joins the bandwagon here, but there's the old filter. Get that out. Let's throw this bad boy back in. Wish we could start it up. I want to hear this thing run, and now I have everything fixed. It's just, God, it's killing me, guys. It's killing me. So I lied. Of course, typical me. You guys look at all these. Got brand new parts galore in here, filters and DI wrap and plugs and you name it. I've got brand new parts everywhere, not just one of the drawers. But I did find the filter, which obviously does me no good right now unless I decide to go back to it. But literally black and yellow. Like it's literally true night and day. And I only ran 93, and I maybe put 10,000 miles on this, and that's what the filter looks like, guys. Check your filters, replace them. Didn't affect me because, again, I'm on 93, so it's not that bad, but you don't want any of that shit going in your fuel system. You want it to go in your motor, right? You want it to burn as well as possible. That, to me, is insane. Has me definitely like, this is going to suck now because I'm going to E85. I'm going to have to be doing this a little more often. So I better get used to it, and I better get this down packed because I'm going to be doing this way more, sadly. So, yeah, check your filters, guys, because new and shiny, old and fucked. And lastly, guys, now that we've got that swapped out and done, which I'm starting to think after talking to a few people here, the old school way apparently is using these stainless steel filters with this high flow through, so like 40 micron being high, 10 micron being better for catching more material, but they tend to get clogged more. A lot of guys went over to, I guess, the fiberglass. So yeah, I think I need to go to fiberglass, but we'll see here. I'm not really sure yet. I gotta go through it a little bit more. I'm not 100% sure, but that all being said, I do get some more good news. Jose at Kazan Motorsports was kind enough to make me a new jumper harness. So here's my old one. I funked up, if you saw my last video, the actual connections because they're pull-through style for these connectors here. So you actually pull the wires through the connector first, and then they snap back into place. Where any other connectors like these here, this is a factory Toyota plug, they push in from the back and they lock in. Deutsch connector like this here, uses these little round pins, push in from the back, clocks in. Simple, right? No, not this AC Delco GM shit. No, God forbid. Fucking overcomplicate things. So I fucked it up, and he's like, dude, just don't touch it. Typical Jose. He says, I'm just gonna send you a new one. He said I wanted it shorter anyway, so sent me a new one, nice and short. So all I gotta do is literally plug it in now, which makes life super freaking easy. So it is a little tight down here. See if I can get down here. And my hands are way too big. My hands are way too big for all this nonsense. Come on, Ricky. There we go. That's clicked in, and we're good to go. Now the factory plug is here, so what I'll do is push that over like so, and I can just click that in. I'm not sure how I'm going to keep it from moving because I want it to sit back far enough, so I might just push it back, and you don't want it to hit the belt there. So I might run it back behind here, and I purposely had them put the sensor there, so that's my doing. I like it like that. There we go. Just run it like that and up and over. Just make sure that wire can't ever touch or hit anything, and I can plug it directly in. I should be able to get this plugged in here. Come on. Which way does it go? There we go. And click, and we're done. That's it. Sweet. It is still killing me, guys. I want to get this up and running here. Powerhouse should have actually received everything today. So when they start making a few modifications they got to make to the kit, I should get it to the coder. I think that's what's going to hold things up the most, getting everything recoded again. Once they do that, they'll ship it back. And I'm hoping to get this all done any single day, get it all balled up and go. Like I said, I've been trying to overthink everything, run through every scenario, so everything's done. There's nothing else I have to look at. I've got the E85 sensor already turned on. I should have everything muy guapo. Everything should be good to go now. So we shall see. Got it down there, and I wanted to show you guys. So here's the cable tie. That's not going anywhere. That's me putting a ton of pressure on it. So this holds this back and over, so no matter what, it's not going to go over to the belt there, so it's protected. All right, guys, thank you very much for tuning in today, per usual. Yeah, I'm excited to get this thing started up. It is killing me right now, but as soon as we finish this up, we can go back and start working on the MR2 here, start getting the turbo kit started for that from VRF Design. Ugh, man, I'm tongue twisted today. But guys, you know what to do. Go check out the Facebook, Instagram, hit me up if you have questions, concerns, and every person that does, thank you guys for reaching out. If I don't get back to you right away, I do apologize. I try to get back to every single person. I try to answer every question I can, if I can. I just enjoy talking to y'all. It's cool hearing from you guys. It's neat. So thank you guys very much for your support, and I'll talk to you later. Peace!